Hey there, Star Wars fans, this is the Gerbil, and in this video I'm going to showcase strategies and tips on how to rock your arena and stay at #1 with Rebels. Here's some timestamps if you want to just jump ahead. Now we're going to look at a fast-forwarded version of me taking on a 530,000 power Negotiator with Ahsoka and Anakin, both Relic 7, Kenobi and 5s, all Relic 7. This is an incredibly strong and dangerous lineup for Rebels, but it's one that you can easily and consistently beat with practice and just learning the proper turn order sequence, when to gamble, when to not. RNG is a huge factor with Rebel fleets, but it is not the determining factor as many people would have you believe. Understanding the proper order, who to target, when to target, and which abilities to use can all but guarantee a consistent winning streak with Rebels. I win perhaps 98-99% of my games these days. In fact, I've only lost one match that I can recall in the last week, and I was blown away surprised at how fast I lost. Yeah, not a strong argument at the moment. But no, as Arnold 101 recently showcased on his channel too, Rebels are perhaps the most powerful offensive fleet still in the game, and if you use them effectively, you can rake in 400 crystals a day. Now, in about 30 seconds, I'm going to jump into a very detailed, lengthy strategy. So again, look in the comments below for some timestamps if you just want to jump ahead. At the end of the video, I will show 2 more Negotiator and 2 more Malevolence fleets and how easy they are to defeat. Malevolence you can usually beat in 45 seconds to a minute if you know what you're doing. All right, let's let this play out and then talk strategy. Okay, let's talk about the Rebel fleet and how this works. The capital ship is Home 1. It's the only Rebel fleet ship, and it is an old one. It's not very popular these days. It's not very good on defense. I'm just going to throw that out there. Don't do this on defense. This is an offensive squad, but it will keep you at the top of arena once you learn how to use it appropriately. So Akbar himself is not very functional. I do recommend you relic him to at least 3, though, to be able to hang with the big boys, but here's how it works. Whenever an ally attacks out of turn, they have a 50% critical damage up and they gain 30% protection up. It's that protection up that's really important because the protection up is doubled for Rebel allies, and they, if you don't realize, assist all the time. Anytime a Rebel uses an ability, the Han's Millennium Falcon has a 50% chance to assist. The Y-Wing has a 35% chance to assist for the same mechanic, and then Biggs, Ghost, and Bistan all call assists. All right, so 5 of the ships in their fleet call assists, which means they're going to gain 60% turn up, or protection up. Now the rest of the Rebel fleet, there's only 8 of them, which means that you can use all but 1. And I've been testing this for the last year and a half, and I'm pretty convinced that the answer I'm going to give is not going to be the most popular, but hear me out. Now the roles of these, there's 2 tanks, Biggs and Y-Wing. Y-Wing is easier to farm. The character Biggs, again, he doesn't have a great place in the game anymore, so it seems unfortunate to relic him up as well, but Biggs is by far the better tank here, and we'll discuss that in more detail. The 4 attackers are Han's Millennium Falcon, Wedge, Ghost, and Phantom. The most popular of these 3 are by far Han's Millennium Falcon, Ghost, and Phantom. Wedge these days just feels like he's been kind of kicked to the curb and stepped on a few times, but I'm going to try to change your mind on that. Then you have Cassian and Bistan's U-Wing. Both are listed as support, but it's not really fair because I'm going to tell you straight up, Bistan is going to attack a lot more and do a lot more damage than the rest of the fleet, with the exception of maybe Han's Millennium Falcon. Phantom can definitely put out the power, but it's not going to attack as much, and Wedge can hit harder also, but again, not as often. Bistan is a much more capable. So the ideal lineup, and this, your mileage may vary. This is what works really well for me and how I am consistently topping my arena shard and raking in those 400 crystals a day. But my starters are Han's Millennium Falcon, Biggs, and Bistan. Now that right there is the gold standard. You have to have these 3. The reinforcements that I find to be the best are in this order, actually. Cassian, Wedge, yep, Wedge, hear me out, just stay tuned, Ghost, and then Y-Wing. Now, you could actually take out Y-Wing, and you could take out Wedge and put in young Lando's Melinium. It's actually really good if you need a super late game 4th reinforcement, but I don't recommend it. Now, turn order is what makes this work. Bistan has to go first. He has to go first. Don't forget that Bistan's abilities give him a 25% speed boost, so he doesn't have to have super high speed. Now, Millennium Falcon or Biggs can go in either order. Ideally, you want Biggs, but the Falcon is faster, and there are ways you can manipulate that, such as removing mods from Chewbacca and Han Solo, but that affects damage, and it's hard to keep track of. I would not do it. So it doesn't really matter, but here's how this goes down. Okay, open up turn 1, Bistan. And what is he going to do? He's going to scouting mission. This doesn't even attack, and this is frowned upon until people really think about it and understand. When he does the scout, he inflicts target lock, and it cannot be evaded, right? So you guarantee a target lock. Now, so what? All right, skip the rest of that. We don't care. When you get that target lock, a random ally gains 35% turn meter. That's going to take either Biggs or Han's Millennium Falcon to 100% turn meter. They're going to attack next. It's also going to trigger taunt on Biggs, and when Biggs gains the taunt, he's going to go up to, he's going to gain, I think it's 60% protection. I forget, we'll review that in a moment. It also, being a rebel ability, the Han's Millennium Falcon has a 50% chance to assist, and if it does, it's guaranteed to call another assist. So just by inflicting target lock on your first shot, you gain taunt on Biggs, he gains protection up, somebody gains turn meter, and if you're lucky, HMF assists, calling another assist, both of them benefiting from Akbar's leadership, gaining 60% protection up. Now, who goes next? You got a couple of options here. It could be Han's Millennium Falcon. If that's the situation, most people immediately want to do the little dance, say, watch this. And if you do that, you're going to set yourself up for a high possibility of losing. This is a mistake. Do not do the dance. People do it, obviously, because you get another turn. Well, you're just wasting your time because you had a turn and you wasted it doing this. Now you're going to take another one. Okay, well, then you say, but it's going to protect the Falcon. It cannot be targeted. Yeah, that's true, but remember, we just gave Biggs taunt. Biggs is taunting, and through that taunt, the Falcon's not going to be targeted anyway. You need to save this for the first line. The Falcon dispels all debuffs and recovers health and protection. Right now, at this point, your Falcon should still have most of its protection and all of its health, because odds are only 1 or 2 enemy ships have shot at you, and your Falcon should be fine. So do not do the watch this. Instead, what do? Not the AoE either. You're going to do is basic. Yes, because the basic is going to guarantee another random ally to assist. That's going to be Bistan, who's in stealth, or Biggs. Both of them don't hit hard, but they do hit hard. Biggs hits less, but Bistan can hit really hard. If the Falcon has a critical, and it will at relic levels, you're going to hit criticals. You're going to get another target lock, which is going to reset Biggs' taunt and give him more protection. And you're going to dispel anything you shoot. So if you're up against Malevolence, you're going to take away the acquired energy buffs. You're going to take away the taunt on the tanks. This is what you need. So you're going to get 2 ships attacking, possible target lock, protection up on somebody, and dispel an enemy. Now, Biggsy. Biggs is going to go either second or next, depending on that random Bistan speed boost. You're going to use his special immediately, the first time he shoots, and it's going to guarantee an ally assist. So that ally assist is going to, again, call Bistan, who's a big hitter, or the Falcon, who's an even bigger hitter. And if it's the Falcon, you have a chance to get it. You will get another assist. If Bistan shoots, you got a 50% chance that the Falcon shoots. And if the Falcon shoots, you do get another assist. So again, from big shooting, you're guaranteed 2 attacks, possibly getting 4 now. All right, at this point, all 3 of your ships have shot. It's the home one's turn, and Akbar has a couple of choices, and this depends on your situation. There's a high probability your Biggs at this moment is close to death, or, I don't know, if you have buzz droids on you, you want to dispel those. Heal up and clean off the debuffs. But Not always. Sometimes you want to leave the debuffs, and I'll explain. Your other option is to call 2 allies to assist. So this is an AoE attack, call 2 allies. Again, you've got, if Falcon shoots, someone else shoots, so you don't get 3 attacks, you get 4. And in fact, you could get 5, depending how the math plays out. So if Bistan and Big shoot, plus home 1, that's 3. If that triggers the 50% Falcon, that's 4. And when the Falcon shoots, he's going to call one of the others to assist, so 5 attacks out of that. All right, it's huge. At this point, usually you can kill 2 of the enemy ships. Reinforcements. Cassian, Wedge, Ghost, Rebel, Right Wing. At the bottom, those are the percentages of like how often I call them in. And I'm going to say I've been running Wedge now for 2 months. I have never lost a match where he comes in as a reinforcement. And if he comes in, he's always my second, maybe my third. Y-Wing is really like when you are on the verge of losing. I would not count on him much. All right, here we go. Cassian. So Cassian's reinforcement, when he comes in, he's going to dispel all buffs on all enemies. He should be your #1 go-to. He is the unsung hero of the team, guaranteed. He should be your first reinforcement. When he comes in, he cleanses the enemy team, and then he's going to call one of your allies to assist. And not only are they going to assist, dealing 30% more critical damage, they're guaranteed to be critical hits. So for the Han's Melinium Falcon, that's a guaranteed debuff. You're going to cleanse off whoever he hits, not debuff, but cleanse them. And he's going to call another assist. So Cassian's going to shoot, guaranteed critical hit. Han's Melinium Falcon shoots, guaranteed critical hit. Han's Melinium Falcon calls an assist. And that's 3 big hits right there. And if it's against a Malevolence ship, usually that kills the target. Whether it's one of the clones, not 5s, but one of the clones or Anakin ideally. Pop goes the weasel. Now, if you're up against Malevolence, this is probably what you want to do instead. Here we're going to dispel all debuffs on a target ally. In other words, get rid of the buzz droids. That ally and Cassian are going to gain 50% turn meter, 25 for anyone else. So you're dispelling everybody. You're removing all the energy from all of the enemies against Malevolence, and then you're cleansing one of your own team players and giving them 50% turn meter to take a turn. All right. The second one, Wedge. Oh man, I wish I had discovered Wedge ages ago. His entrance is not huge. Inflict buff immunity. That's good against Malevolent ships because you can stop them from acquiring that energy buildup, which is good. But it's really this one, Eyes on the Breach. His attack ignores armor. He applies 2 debuffs and then 20% more bonus damage for each debuff. Now, if you're coming in swinging on somebody you've already hit with like Tenacity Down or something, he can actually punch for over 100,000, 150,000 damage. It depends on the target. But he can usually one-shot a lot of ships upon the entrance. Now, Ghost, I don't like to use him much because it's harder to gear up his crew. But when he comes in, he has a potential to inflict target lock on all enemies. Now, each target lock is going to restore protection on Biggs. So suddenly Biggs is just buffed up again, and he's able to take a lot more hits. This is really more of a defensive call. However, if you're up against Malevolence, it's also pretty good because the AoE does do a fair amount of damage, and it's a way to get past all those tanks to hit those Vulture droids that are hiding out in the background. But if you're against the Negotiator, instead you probably want this one where you're going to choose a target ally, Han's Melinium Falcon. Then it's going to call 2 other rebels to assist. Yes, they deal less damage, but the Falcon will hit for full. Everyone else will shoot. Then the Falcon will trigger another assist, so you get another hit in there. It's pretty big. Y-Wing is not really worth talking about much. He's easy to farm, quick to throw in as a backup. He gives people critical chance up, but that's not that important at this level. Once you've reliced your crews, they're pretty much critting anyway, especially the Falcon. But against the Malevolence, this one is quite useful because the torpedoes does remove and prevent the target from getting protection. Less effective than you would think against Houndstooth, because the Houndstooth is going to cleanse himself on his basic, and then boom, he's got his protection building up again. So I don't use him much, but he is nice to have in there, also because he assists all the time, gives him a lot of longevity. Now, attacking orders. There are 3 popular lineups for the Negotiator fleet. And here's the top leaders of my shard, generally based on power. There are a couple others up there. So the first one here, where you got 5s, Anakin and Houndstooth. I don't say kill order here because you can't kill, usually you can't kill Anakin, but you do want to shoot him, target lock him, shoot him, hit him again, and it's going to drop his health and protection down enough that the Negotiator is going to try to protect him. And as soon as it does, your fleet is not dazed, and then you're going to walk over this team after that. You're going to shift from trying to kill him to instead killing Houndstooth. As soon as Houndstooth is out, the Negotiator is going to call in usually Clone Sergeant. You're going to call in Cassian and one-shot him. Usually one-shot him, and then at that point it's 2 to 4 ships. Anakin is going to lose his protection from the Negotiator, Undying Loyalty I think it is, and then you can kill him and it's a free win. I mean, that lineup for Rebels is just basically a free win once you get the correct turn order and stuff. Now the next one here in the middle, using the Galactic Republic Y-Wing, it's actually a little more challenging, and I don't know the kit for that one, but you can kill Ahsoka on your first shot if you're lucky with RNG. Guaranteed kill the second one. Then Negotiator is going to daze your whole team. This is a grindier fight. Because of that, you're going to want to cleanse your people quickly, and then you take out the B-Wing followed by Anakin. Or sorry, Y-Wing. Now the last one here, the number 1, this is the most powerful and the most problematic. Same idea though. You take out Ahsoka before Negotiator really has a chance to do anything, and then you're going to just hammer on, you're going to attack Anakin, then kill Houndstooth, and then Cassian comes in, cleanses everybody, and then you kill Anakin. Now when you're up against Malevolence, the turn order or the attack order is the same, and this is a kill order. You just kill Sunfac. Just go straight at him. You'll wipe him out. Usually, after your first 3 attacks, he'll be at a very, very low health. Then you've got Home 1 ready to do the AoE. You switch targets over to, if it's on the board, the Vulture Droid right here, as you see on the right side, and you can take out the Vulture Droid and Sunfac before Malevolence has had a turn or really done much. All right, I'm going to show both of these in just a second. Now, in a mirror match, you've got to outspeed them. And the way you do that is you take down Bistan, because Bistan just feeds turn meter right and left. That's what his support role is. So you kill off Bistan quick and early, and then this is easy. Alternatively, you could go straight for Biggs from the get-go because he's going to be taunting. You get rid of the tank, and then you can knock them all down. When you call your Cassian reinforcement, you need to kill Han's Millennium Falcon. There's no question about this. When Cassian comes in, he's going to clean the board state, wipe out all the buffs on the opposing team. Falcon's vulnerable. Pop it. Knock it out like a pimple. All right, couple situations here just to explain. So here we go. Malevolence. So check out. Biggs is out of protection. He's starting to take some health damage. He's got 3 stacks of buzz droids, but you've just called Cassian first one. You only need to kill the Hiena bomber there, and then you have the win pretty much. But it's a gamble. If you do the double special attack calling the Millennium Falcon, you have a chance to kill that Hiena bomber even at full health. It's unlikely, and then Biggs dies next turn. But when you call him in, instead of attacking, you want to cleanse and restore Bistan, or Biggs, give him back some health and protection, and cleanse off the buzz droids. The secret to beating Negotiator is just playing cautiously. Cleansing, cleansing, cleansing. If you got buzz droids, cleanse them. That's it. All right. Also, there's the gamble, though, here. Down at the bottom, you see the Millennium Falcon. When another Rebel ally is infected with 3 or more debuffs, the Falcon cleanses them. So you have the situation here where you're like, okay, I might be able to win. I'm going to gamble. Oh, I don't win. Then the enemy is going to shoot you back, and if they apply a 3rd debuff, Biggs is going to cleanse himself. But against the Negotiator, sorry, the Malevolence, it's not worth that gamble. Just get rid of the buzz droids. If this were against Malevolence or another fleet out there, just leave it. Let Biggs get cleansed and healed up by the Falcon. All right, another one before we see some videos. Here we are against the Negotiator, and obviously this is going to be a quick win, but we have 2 choices. Biggs he's got a target lock on him. He's out of protection. He's close to dying. But Hound's Millennium Falcon is at 0 turn meter and he's dazed. You have two options. You either heal up Biggs to protect him, or you remove the daze on the Falcon so that it can acquire turn meter and assist. Or you do a triple shot with the AoE, guaranteeing Biggs is going to shoot, gaining protection, and then Bistan's going to shoot, gaining protection. But the downside to that is that the Millennium Falcon, because it's dazed, will not assist. And that Falcon is 60% of your win probability right there. So it's a tough call. In this situation, I am probably going to heal the Falcon just to get rid of the daze. If the daze were not on there, I would guarantee I would do the triple shot. But if Biggs is at, say, half health or left, I guarantee I'm going to heal him to keep him in the fight longer. All right, let's watch some videos.